Hi, I'm Kevin Paulin, and welcome to the Falling Up Podcast, where we have conversations about turning obstacles into opportunities. And on today's show, we have the pleasure of being joined by Pastor Dana Smith. Pastor Dana Smith is the executive director of New Life 2, a groundbreaking faith based recovery community organization based in New Britain, Connecticut. He is someone that has spent over 15 years in the community, organizing events, provided community service, and founded support groups like Unshakable Men, and provided crucial peer-to-peer support to those in need. His work is a testament to the power of faith, resilience, and the unwavering belief that everyone deserves a second chance. So thank you and welcome, Pastor Dana Smith. What's going on, Pastor?
What's going on, Kevin? Thank you. Let me correct you a little bit right quick. It's Connecticut's first Black faith-based peer-led recovery community organization center / reentry.
Connecticut's first
Black faith-based
peer-led
yes, sir, recovery community organization. There's only 2 recovery community organizations in the state of Connecticut, and by the grace of God, we happen to be one, and CCAR is the other one.
Okay.
Well, we're the only 2 officials. Yeah, we're the only 2 officials.
Okay. So let's start there. Tell me about that, because I appreciate the correction, but what I peeped in the correction was the joy and the energy, the pride of being the first, and I know that's a tongue twister, the first Black faith-based
peer-led recovery community
organization. So that's a tongue twister, literally, and in the sense of that's a lot of moving parts. Just talk about New Life and what that journey was to start New Life.
So I'm gonna skip the selling and using part. I came to New Britain in 2000, and I met my pastor, who is now the man that is now my apostle, Pastor Frank Bodie. He has 3 houses, a 6-family, a 2-family, and a garage unit. I spent 2 years in there, man. It's a faith-based place. I spent 2 years in there doing curriculums. Like, I was raised in the church, but I didn't pay much attention. But in the year 2000, when I last picked up, I spent 2 years in there, learning about God, learning about myself, and that's where I learned, started to learn who I am, what's my calling, and stuff like that. So I met my wife. She was on the other side in the women's place, and we stayed there to like 2004, I believe. Yeah, I believe we stayed there. But during that time there, her and I was youth pastors and stuff like that. And that's how we got our start, man. Doing a lot of outreach in the city of New Britain and beyond and stuff like that. So people say we started in 2016. No, we started in 2004, but our recovery house started in 2016. So that's how New Life came to birth.
So talk about so let's take a step back, because you came to New Britain. I want to just learn more about you and your upbringing. So yeah. Let's dive in. So talk to me.
I'm 4 or 5, and if I trace it back, my problems are like we grew up in New Haven in Brookside, which was projects, about 200 some units or whatever, and out of that units, 200 some units, it was only maybe about 50 that had a mother and father, and I was fortunate to have a mother and father. And I was one of the first black kids in that project that got bused to all white school, man.
Really?
Yeah, man, that was interesting. But yeah, so I had a great great childhood, man. Double Dutch dice, carrying a boom box on your shoulder, man. I'm surprised we ain't deaf and stuff, and I learned a lot about the streets and a lot about family growing up. And, my mom's was a church going person. My dad still is my mom's, and I dibbled and dabbled and dabbled and dibbled in drugs and stuff like that, and yeah, and you know the normal stuff, man. Growing up in the hood.
Okay. So it was from New Britain to New Haven?
No, it was from New Haven. It was from New Haven to Hartford, Hartford to Middletown, Middletown to New Britain.
Okay. So along that journey to New Britain,
yep.
What was a time where you got sick and tired of being sick and tired? Because I know there's that. I know for me, there was this moment that I could think back where I said, you know what, this I want to see a change, and I want to see that change within myself, and then that change I wanted to share with my community. So what was that moment for you like? Because you was dibbling dabbling.
It was never one specific moment, man.
Okay.
God was taking it out even in New Haven. We'd be sitting around the table, man, like remember Riverside? Everybody used to talk, we sitting around the table doing what we do or doing what we did. And we talking about we want to go to Riverside. We start talking about kids and da da da. So even then, that desire was in me. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember I got ran out of New Haven because I did some stuff to certain people. And then I came to Middletown. I started picking up stuff in Middletown, bringing that New Haven stuff up here, up to Middletown. And I remember, man, standing up on the corner by the Chinese place, and it was like I was out all night, and it was like 5:30 in the morning. And the first bus was going to take people to work, and everybody was pulling out money, laughing at it, like, look at them suckers and stuff going to work, making for dimes, and everybody was pulling out the money. And I remember thinking, I wish I was on that bus going to work, man. Mm. I wish I was on that bus going to work, man. That's when I was, really getting tired of it. Then I met this lady in Middletown, and was messing around with her, and she got pregnant with my son. And then I really tried to be there for my son. I had stopped using, went to treatment, everything, man. And I never got arrested in Middletown for drugs or nothing, man. At first. As soon as I stopped using, going with her to the doctors and ultrasound and stuff, man, I remember that too. I was walking with her, and she said, "Hey, the police is following us." And in my head, I'm like, "Yo, I ain't did nothing in months. They ain't got nothing on me." Man, they had an old warrant for me from New Haven.
Yo. Really?
Yep. Old warrant from New Haven. So they put me in the car. New Haven came, picked me up, took me to Whaley. I stayed in Whaley for a while. And I don't know, because I was from New Haven, so I started seeing people I knew, just gradually slid back into the game and stuff. Because when you're in jail, you got to do certain things to survive, man. You know what I'm saying? So I had took off the street clothes when I was going with her to the ultrasounds and everything, looking for work and everything. But then when I went to jail, I had to get back in survival mode, man. You know. And then my kid was born when I was in there, and I came out. I was pissed because I was like, man, what the heck? I'm trying to do right. When I'm doing wrong, I never went to jail. I'm trying to do right, go to jail. So when I came out, I was like kind of bitter, and I started selling and stuff again. And then did that for a while. Then she moved to New Britain. Then when she moved to New Britain, I went with her. Did a little dibbing and dabbing. And I met this guy named Pastor Bob. I met him in front of my pastor's place. I didn't know what it was at first. I was like, yo, people was telling me about this place. And I was like, yo, is it true you got 7 spirits, demons in you or something? And the guy is like, yeah, but God could take them out. And I just about it. And then one day I saw him coming in. My son mother at the time, I took my son. I was living in an abandoned. We had a condo, but I was living in there. But they had foreclosed on it. I supposed to have been out, man. I was just living in there. Me and my dog. My dog kept me alive because I had to get up and take him out. I fell into a deep depression and stuff. And I went back by that place and I said, hey, can I get in? And he was like, yeah, be here Saturday. Friday or Saturday. And I bumped the Newport Long. I remember I bumped the Newport Long. I stood across the street from. I smoked it down to the filter, and that was in 2000. By the grace of God, I never looked back. Wow. I haven't touched any drugs or anything since 2000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Definitely by the grace of God.
So definitely by the grace of God.
And so now we're in New Britain.
Yep.
You ain't sober life.
Living in my pastor. His is a faith-based ministry. He don't call it recovery house, but it is ministry. I stayed 2 years in there, man. 2 years. Doing David Batty curriculums and stuff like that. And that's where I met my beautiful wife. She was over the women's ministry, and we started, talking and stuff. And then they put us over the youth. And her and I just started taking the youth out. We started doing community events and stuff like that, man. And God just kept moving us from there. You know what I mean? Then we got married, and yeah.
So y'all was doing New Life before y'all had a name.
Oh, definitely, man. We was taking people in our house, man. I mean, the house we live in, we was taking people in, man. Like people from the youth group, people from the church, people we knew, taking them in, ministering to them, this before we even got our first recovery house. We was taking people in here. I guess that saying, God was like, faithful over little, make you rule over much, because we was like, please give us a house. Get these people out of our house. So and that's what he did. He did.
So I know before we started recording, we were talking about, the value of lived experience, specifically in leadership roles in the community, and the value of peer, and that translates to me to peer support. So being peer led, what does it mean for our audience that doesn't know? What does it mean to be peer led?
Well, I'm gonna back it up if you don't mind. I'm gonna say, what does it mean to be Black?
Okay.
Faith-based peer led. Because there's a lot of peer led, but there wasn't too many in authority, like you just said, that looked like me. You know what I mean? There wasn't too many in authority. It was a bunch of people that, worked the floors and stuff. But to me, that means like, lot of things I was told were lies. That I was always once an addict, always an addict. This is all you're gonna be, kind of thing, man. You know, because I have a record of felony, and every time, I thank God for my wife encouraged me, but I go get jobs, keep you for 2-3 weeks, man. Things are looking up, and the background check come back. The background check come back, and man, they talking about they gotta let me go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So the peer organizations didn't really, when I started learning about peer people lived experience, organizations that were hiring peers or run by peers, they didn't really care about your background, kind of sense. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, this is pretty cool, man. But don't forget, me and my wife had started our stuff too. So I was just working in the field, I thought, until ours became, we agreed that when New Life became calling more than the other job, or could be able to sustain us, then I was going to leave. But the trainings and the language and just being around people with lived experience more mature than I were at the time, learning all that valuable information and people taking me under their wings and stuff, man, that helped shape me to, what we're doing now, because I didn't understand the language. I didn't understand what lived experience really was or is, peers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So
getting that experience.
The experience is very important, man, because I see people like me and I see people like you, and I'm thinking, see, before I was people like you and me going in recovery, but that's it. You know what I'm saying? Going in recovery and still having to work in the warehouse, still having to work those jobs where not in a position to hire or things like that. You know what I mean? And I seen very few leaders that look like myself, man, in this world. Then I met a few like Dr. Bellamy, Sherelle Bellamy, and Daryl McGraw, and men like yourself, and say, we could do this, man. I always were a leader, even when I was doing the other stuff. But to be in a position where I could hire, to be in a position where I could share that experience and tell folks, you can either, there ain't nothing wrong with working with someone or for someone, but ain't nothing like working, building your own and hiring folks, man. Because I'm not gonna fire myself because I got a felony. Right. I'm not gonna fire myself because I got a gun charge or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or I'm not gonna, work my butt off because you feel I should be grateful because you hired me with a gun charge or a felon. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Nah, for sure. I think the because that's a part of our mission statement at Winning Ways is family lived experience, family-based curriculum. And we hang our hats on that lived experience, because at the end of the day, can nobody tell me better than somebody that's been through it?
Yeah. So there's a lot of folks that can have sympathy,
right?
You just feeling sorry for me, man. That empathy, man, you can relate. You can relate sitting in a park on a nice day, and you ain't sitting there because it's a nice day. You sitting there because you ain't got nowhere else to go. You can't go on this side of town because you robbed somebody. You can't go home because you just worked 50 hours and spent the whole check. You know what I'm saying? And now you're sitting there. But while you're sitting there, you're beating yourself up. But now you're hearing little kids play and see a father playing with the kids, and now you're feeling real down on yourself because you messed up again, yo.
Yeah.
See, yeah. I could sit there with you and understand that.
Yeah.
People that ain't been there going, oh, well, that's the past. Get over it. Okay, tell me how.
Right.
Tell me how to get over it, because The only way I know how to get over you, see, you're telling me to get over it, but you don't want me to get over it the way I know how to get over it. And the way I know how to get over it was with, doing certain things.
Right.
But you don't want me doing them certain things. Right? And then you want me to go to treatment and detox and stuff like things because I'm saying, yes, you got the degree. You know what's going on because I don't know what's going on in my head, man. You want me to explain it. I don't even know what's going on. I'm explaining, but you got the degree, so you know. So I'm going to do what you tell me to do. But I go to your treatment. I go to your detox and shoot, man. Sometimes the same day, I'm back out there. Sometimes 3, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months later, I'm back out there. And then you mad at me, but I did what you told me to do.
So what does it look like for New Life when a new participant comes to your program with that experience? Like what how do y'all start y'all, like how does the process start? Like how do y'all engage with individuals that's going through that funk, like that's going through that situation where everything's down and out. They've been through treatment, it's not working. They've met with therapists, it's not working. They've done everything other than deal with a peer-led organization like yourself. Like what's one of the things that y'all identify or do to provide support?
I'm glad you asked. Because what we say is, how you doing, Kevin? Welcome home. How you doing, Kevin? You want something to eat? How you doing, Kevin? You want something to drink? Or how you doing, Kevin? And how may we serve you today? Our place is like life, and it is life, right? We bring the humanity back, but it's not a one-size-fits-all. So what worked for John that just came in before you, I don't know what that's going to look like until we start building a relationship and having a conversation.
No doubt. So what? Because I think that's one of the things too, right? That's one of the things that that comes with this work when you don't have the experience is like if you don't know, then you go to the textbook and now you're reading something that don't apply to this individual. Like basically it's case by case, literally. Right.
So by the time they come to our center, by the time they get to our recovery house, and by the time they get to the respite, right? They know every trick of the book. They know how to survive. You ain't got to tell them how to survive, man.
Right.
We want to support people on how to live, man. Get out of that survival mode, man. And only you know what you need.
What does it mean?
How am I going to tell you, Kevin, what to do and how to do it when you spent 3-4 winters on the street? And I'm talking New England weather. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In a tent. And you still got all your fingers and toes. You ain't got frostbitten or nothing. How am I tell you what to do and where to go when you already hooked up with this agency and that agency? You already went to this group and that group. You could tell me some things I don't know about the programs and groups.
That's right.
So what I'm going to tell you? What I am going to tell you is welcome. What I am going to tell you, the coffee free, the soup free. What I am going to tell you, the computers are free. What I am going to tell you, you can charge your phone. What I am going to tell you is you can have a seat. And if you're not out, ain't nobody going to mess with you. You fall asleep because you've been walking, because you didn't feel safe sleeping where you was at or whatever. Because if you fall asleep in New Life, you know what that tells me? That tells me you trust us. See, when you come to that door more than once and then you bring somebody with you the next day, you know what that tells me? You trust us.
That's right. That's right. How do you build that trust?
How do you build any relationship, man? You know what I mean? First thing that tell you is you know, if we're starting out, you know, be just don't lie to me. Be honest. You know, the difference between us and a lot of agencies and stuff like that, I share mine, you share yours.
Right. Right.
See, it ain't that power differential where you're on this side and I'm on that side. If you was to come in my center, or in our center, my wife got her office over there. There's a supply thing over there. You know what my office is? My couch is right in the middle of the center, right next to where you get your coffee and eat your soup and stuff.
Mm.
Oh, and I got a big TV in front of it. I be looking at YouTube, you know, playing gospel or whatever, man. And I'm allowed to do that too.
Right.
I'm allowed to do that.
What does putting that couch and you in your office being in the middle of the center create? What environment does that create for the participants?
Openness.
Okay.
I'm right there with them, man, and I always will be.
Yes,
see, the thing about it, and I have seen it, man. I have seen it, and I've seen it, and I pray, and by you know the grace of God, my wife would never let that happen. Don't let that happen. You know, you start out with good intentions, but then as you start growing, you start distancing yourself from that which you was hungry for, that which you was thirsty for, that which fed you, right? So now you're no longer attached to the streets. You're no longer attached to the people you serve. So now you're getting your information secondhand from your case managers or your supervisors and stuff like that.
Right.
So just week and a half ago, we had lunch with New Life, man. We ain't had no pizza, nothing. We went and got some nice Spanish rice with the olives and stuff in it, man. We had some broiled chicken. It wasn't fried or nothing like that. We had some meatballs and some salad, man. We sat down. We broke bread with like 30-something people from the neighborhood, man. And you know, we just had conversation. How could we serve you? What can y'all do? We helped. We helped individuals get bank accounts. We helped individuals get hooked up with different services. We helped individuals just relax, man. Breathe.
And be heard, right? Like you're yeah. Not only are y'all providing a service, y'all providing a platform where people could share how they feel or share how they can make impact or what they could bring to the table.
And plus we keep it real though too, man. You know, like Kev, come on, Kev, don't come in here with that, man. You already know, Kevin, man. No, but Kev, come on, stop. Let's start over. You don't want me lying to you, so be real with me.
That's right.
I don't care what you did with your food stamp, but just don't tell me they didn't come this week, all right?
Right.
So that mean you're gonna help me out? Yeah, we're gonna help you out. Here's a food calendar. It shows you where all the food banks are, all the soup kitchens and all the food banks. That's how we're gonna help you, man.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's keep it real.
Can you help me fill out my food stamp determination? No problem. And then you want to sit there while I'm on the phone. I mean, you want to sit there while I'm filling it out and you're on the phone texting or talking about you be right back. And when you come back, that paper going to be right there, just as empty as you left it. Well, you know I can't read and write too good. Well, fill out the parts you can. And then we'll support you with the rest. So by the third time you come to us in 3 months, by that fourth month, you should be able to fill out that own application yourself.
So you teach how to fish.
Nah, man, we give you the fish, right? Give them a fish, eat for a day. Okay. Teach them the fish, eat for a lifetime. But Kat, this is where we go a little step further now. You ready?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna leave you the fishing pole, the fishing rod. We're gonna leave you the tackle, the bait, the float. We don't want you waiting for us to come back around like a carnival when then you can go fishing again. We're gonna teach you and a handful of people from your neighborhood how to fish. So now y'all go back and teach others, man. And then, like Paul said from the Bible, let's circle back to Corinthians and see how they doing. So we'll circle back to New Haven and see how New Haven doing. What's going on? We'll help you stay updated on the latest language, the latest trainings for peer support and stuff like that, right? Help you stay on top of your CEUs and stuff like that. Help you with your finances and stuff like that, right? Because when the PPTs and stuff came out, people, our neighborhoods couldn't even apply for that stuff, man.
Yeah, this is true.
So and everybody's talking about, I want a grant, I want a grant. Okay, let's get Kevin a grant. So we get you a grant for $250,000. Matter of fact, let's be realistic. We get you a grant for $25,000. What you gonna do with it, Kevin? Man, I'm gonna get some bus passes, man. I'm gonna help people get the IDs and stuff, man. That's great. But what are you gonna do with it? Jimmy, that's going. I'm gonna apply for no. Okay, so now you wrote in the grant that you're gonna do this, this, and this, and you're gonna serve. How many people you put down? 150. So now you know you got to report on that grant.
Mm-hmm.
You got to report what you did with the money, every dime.
Mm-hmm.
You got to report how many people did you reach with that money. You got to report like quarterly or whatever. Did you reach the goal? What could be done? What could have been done differently? How you doing? Because if you just get the money and spend it and you don't know nothing about reporting, you don't know about collecting the data, you don't know nothing about sending them the information that you said, and you don't have somebody looking over that money the way it's supposed to be looked over, you might forget about getting any more grants.
Yeah.
Because let's keep it real. For one, you're black or you Spanish, right? But they're hesitant anyway to do that. But they give you a little something just to see if they can trust you or something. And then once you not do according to their guidelines, then they be like, so we don't want to, but we're showing folks there's more to saying I just want a grant. Yeah. How much you make a week? I make, well, I bring home No, how much you make? Gross. What that mean? How much you make before Sam get his, right? And then they say so. Then now how much you bring home? 400 something. All right, so let's do this. You bring home 400 something every week, right? Or $800 every 2 weeks. So that's $1,600 a month. Now on this corner over this category over here, let's do your expenses, your rent, your car payment, your cable, your phone. Now you got $1,600 here. How much are you paying out of that 16? And how many times you eat out a week and how much you pay on that? And they'd be like, oh shoot. And then you wonder why you ain't got no money at the end of the month or the end of the week.
That budgeting, that's
that ain't taught to us, man. It wasn't taught to us, man.
I mean, I think in a lot of cases still ain't taught to us. You know what I mean?
Well, you come to New Life, it's there for you, man. The opportunity's there for you. But God forbid, if there's ever another pandemic and it's shut down like that, we're going to get some of that PTT money, man. And we're going to show others how to do it too.
Well, that's it. I mean, I just had a conversation with one of my good friends that's a therapist, and she got awarded a grant recently. And we were talking about, our responsibility is to never gatekeep. We gotta, if it is an opportunity, we gotta point it out to everybody else. Like, hey, there's opportunity over here. Like, that's our responsibility. And once you get the gatekeeping, then you ain't for the people. You know what I mean? So I'm a huge fan of that. That the give them a fish for the eat for a day, show them how to fish so they can fish for a lifetime, and then give them the resources and the support so they
ain't got to keep waiting on you to come back,
and they can show their peoples.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Now, and the good thing about that is, so We're not like other agencies and stuff where we got to move in your neighborhood in order for us to do that for you. We're cool right here in New Britain, man. But we're collaborating and building relationships in every neighborhood throughout Connecticut and beyond.
So what does that?
We ain't got to set up a presence in your. That's like me helping you with your bills and stuff. But in order for me to help you with your bills, Kevin, that den's mine, and I'm gonna put my clothes and my TV and stuff in there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah. If you're gonna help, man.
I'm about to say that's not even help at that point. That's a transaction.
But think about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's always conditions, man.
Always.
You know, they say ain't no money in the hood or the neighborhoods. Ain't no money in our neighborhoods, man, because we don't. But let me ask you a question. You go to any black neighborhood. What do you find in them neighborhoods?
Black neighborhoods?
Give me one.
Liquor store.
All right, come on. Give me two.
Check cashing.
Give me three.
Police presence.
4. Sure. You just named 2 I didn't even think of: police and check cashing.
Yeah.
But in our neighborhood, you got a Chinese restaurant.
Oh yeah. 100%.
You got a sneaker outlet.
Yep.
The liquor store, like you said, and then you got jewelry store.
Yep. 100%.
That's why ain't no money in our neighborhood, man, because all them businesses in our neighborhoods are taking, not even run by us, are gladly paying the service, and they're taking the money out. It reminds me of the Indians, right? It's just, I'm not laughing at our brothers and sisters, the indigenous people, but I'm saying, like, they brought them with liquor, jewelry, beads, right? And blankets.
Yep.
They got us with liquor, jewelry, sneakers, crack, and dope.
Yeah.
But just like God set the Israelites free from Egypt, man, he's calling on us, man. He's about to part that Red Sea, baby.
Yes, sir.
About to part that Red Sea, because the more people I talk to, like yourself and Dr. Bellamy and other folks, man, I see that I'm not the only one thinking this new way. But the thing is to connect the dots now.
We gotta come together.
So we don't need no underground railroad, because we ain't hiding by night, traveling by night no more.
Right.
We ain't looking for that moss on the north side of the tree. We ain't following that North Star. We out in the open now.
Yes, sir.
When we said enough, like when they was killing our men and Floyd got killed, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had an opportunity, man. We had when Floyd got killed, everybody around the world felt that. You know what they felt? Not that another black man was murdered. You know what they felt? Them words he says. Them 3 words. What was it? You remember?
Nah, tell me.
When they had him in the chokehold, right? And he said, "I can't breathe." At that time, the pandemic was choking the mess out of the world, and people couldn't breathe. People was losing their savings and their loved ones and businesses they had for 50 years. People were just helpless and they couldn't breathe. And them 3 words resonated with everyone around the world.
That's
and
right.
We had the attention of the whole world, right? We're marching down Washington, marching in New York, marching in Connecticut. But that's all we did. We did nothing with it.
Right.
We did nothing with that attention, man. And guess what, Kevin? we still can't breathe, man.
Yeah.
We still can't breathe, man. That's why young men are killing each other. That's why black suicide taking our lives is higher than it's ever been among our neighborhoods and our people, man. So that's why New Life does what it does, man. New Life, the name itself.
Right.
That's why we do what we do when we're tired, man, because, don't grow weary in your well-doing, man. If you don't faint in due season, you will reap a harvest. Every time I think I'm done, every time I look up and I think the line got shorter, right? You can testify to this, right?
Yes, sir.
I look up, I'm thinking it got short. I'll be like, it's only about 20 people left. I look up, the line got longer. I'm like, wait a minute, man. And I'm like, what's the point? But then somebody walked by and knock on the window. Yo, pastor, man, I got that job. Yo, pastor, we got that house. Yo, pastor, man. Thanks for this. Thanks for that. I can help this one. Here go, pastor, I brought this guy to the place, or this lady, this family to your place because Come on, man. That's what it's about.
Yes, sir.
Because them lives we touching are touching their kids. They're touching their families now. They're touching their neighborhood now. Where you once ain't see a light, like a pilot light, we got a gas stove. I'm looking at it right now. You can't even see no flames in there, but there's a pilot light under that. But if you turn it, you start hearing that click, 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 then you see that burst of flame. So people, their flame ain't out. Just because we can't see it, that don't mean it ain't out. You just got to turn it, man, and have not us turn it, but they need to turn it and know that they could turn it, man. And then you're going to see a burst, man.
I like that a lot, and that's real.
People are tired, man, but people ain't tired enough to give up. People are tired enough now; they won't change. See, we're at that era where they boycotted the bus and walked and rode with each other and walked with each other for over a year. Man, got beat down, got hosed, got But see, they was tired, but they wasn't tired enough to say, "I'm just gonna give up." They was tired enough to say, "No more." It's time to get loud, man. People's like, "Oh, New Life, this and that." I was like, "Man, we just getting started by the grace of God."
That's right.
We just getting our footing. We just learning how to navigate this stuff, man. But see, we're smart enough to know we can't do it by ourselves. We're smart enough to know that if God has placed that desire in us, then what's his name? Elijah in the Bible. Remember, Elijah said, "Yo, I'm the only prophet left, man. They ain't gonna kill me." God said, "Whoa. I got 250 that ain't bend the knee to bow, man. What are you talking about? You ain't the only one. I got 250 left. What are you talking about?" Sometimes we feel like the only one. God be like, no. I'm talking to you right now. What you tell me? When my eyes lit up, you said you re-entry. I said, "Whoa, okay, what's happening?"
Right.
See, thinking we're the only ones. No, man.
Yeah.
No. That's when you get that renewed strength, because His grace and mercy is renewed each and every day. Each and every day, man. So when I feel down, when I feel weary, God always sends somebody, man, like you or CJ or somebody tapping on the window, say, "Hey, pastor, you didn't have to tap. They didn't have to tap when they walk by.
No doubt.
They didn't have to come in and say, I brought."
That's right.
You know what I mean? They didn't have to say, "Yo, don't leave a mess, man." You know what I'm saying?
None of that.
They be looking out for us when we ain't even looking out. Like, I'm working on my thing on the computer, coffees and stuff over here, cream, sugar and stuff. Somebody do something, man. They be like, "Yo, clean up your mess, man. You're not gonna mess this up for everybody, man." And I don't even get involved in that. I'm listening, make sure it don't get out of hand. But then, when I hear it, like, cool, I just go back to doing what I'm doing, man. when we do lunch with New Life kind of stuff. Hey, I'm gonna come early, man. You need some help setting up. You want me? You mind if I serve the food and da 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 da? Or we doing something, right? Hey, give me some flyers, man. I'll pass them out on this side. I'll pass them out on that side. Come on, man. It's all about treating people with as people, humanity. Where's that at, man?
Well, I think, and I think that's one of the many jewels you dropped tonight. But I think one of the ones that's really going to stand out to me is that, like, treating people as humans, and understanding that not only do they have a light that's still lit, but they have something they can add and value they can add. And if we don't receive them as that, then they can't add value. And how do you empower somebody if you don't give them the opportunity to add value? Because that does a lot. When somebody knows they done something for the mission, that resonates, and that's a great feeling. That's a great feeling when you know you putting in work that not only helps yourself but helps people around you.
Yeah. So you wanna keep turning on the stove for me, man. So now I gotta be dependent on you to turn the stove on.
Right.
But my all you gotta do is show me, man. Just engage with me, yeah, but let me turn it on.
Right.
Ain't nothing like seeing somebody that realized that. You ever talk to somebody? I'm quite sure you have. You sitting there with a person over several courses of conversation time and stuff, and they always looking at you with their head down and they're mumbling, and then all of a sudden, man, you start seeing them sit back and keep the head up a little more. Right? Ain't about all that looking in the eye kind of stuff, man. But something about seeing someone where the voice was low, no confidence, and then you could see in their eyes, man. You could hear in their voice where that gas knob clicked. And that flame, it ain't on high, but it ain't underneath the hood neither. You can see it's on low, but right. They know there's a flame there now. And they know, yo, I filled out this resume. I filled out this application. Mm-hmm. I did this. I did that. Yeah, I sold my food stamps, but I made sure I filled up my refrigerator first.
Oh yeah, right.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna eat the whole month, but yeah, I'm still gonna sell the rest, though.
But I'm good though. I ain't doing it, and I'm not good. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Before it was the whole thing.
Right.
Got them on the first, and they're going on the second.
Listen.
And so what? If they are gone? I know every soup kitchen and every food pantry there is.
So I'm good. For sure.
I'm good. See, we want their success to look like our success, so we can say, "I made you."
Say that again.
We want their success to look like our success, so I can say, "I made Kevin." Because Kevin went to the program I said he should go through. Kevin followed the treatment plan that I put together for Kevin.
That's real right there, man. It's funny too, because I was working at another gig, and well, I got recruited for this gig. It was a sales job I was working at, and my friend got me the job. But fast forward, he was telling me, like, man, it's a lot of politics in here. Like, people are gonna literally do things. People are gonna literally take your credit to make it look like it's the reason why you're successful. Like, we was literally just talking about this a day or two ago, and I think that goes back to what you were saying about being in that helping somebody and then saying, hey, this is my den, this is my kitchen now, all that. Like when you helping somebody, it's not something in return. You know what I mean? It's well, I ain't gonna say nothing in return, but it ain't transactional. What's in return is I'm helping you so you can help the next person, you can help the next person, you can help the next person. So we affected our community one person at a time. But it ain't to say like hey man, you pass this program, so the way that we said you passed the program, so now I can say that's a success. That's not right. That's a success is based off the person if they improve their quality of life. Bottom line.
Yeah, but we're not even going to put that pressure on you to say we helped you. Now you go help somebody else.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of pressure too.
That is. You're right.
That's still with conditions.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's still with conditions. We're working with you. We're supporting you on whatever road on recovery you made, because there's multiple pathways, right? Whatever road you need. Ain't no conditions on that. Ain't to say we're only going to help you, but you got to give back now.
Right.
Oh man, what if I can't give back? Oh my God. Nah, man. Live your life. And if you want to, you do. But whether you want to or not, you're gonna anyway by them seeing the change in you.
Exactly. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So the guy that Jesus healed, right? He said, I'm coming with you. Jesus said, nah, man, just go on back and tell them about the goodness of the Lord. So, but just by them seeing the guy one way, and after Jesus got through with them seeing him another way, whoo-hoo! That was all there anyway.
Yeah. That's it right there. You don't gotta say nothing else.
I don't drink with you no more, and I don't smoke with you no more. What's going on? How you get it? Man, let me tell you about a man named, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you about this foundation. Let me tell you about this nonprofit.
That's you're right though. I thank you for saying that and especially pointing out that part, because I think that is true. The success is living life. After that, whatever's extra is extra on top of that. But the success is living life.
Yeah, and living life not according to my version of it.
Right.
So the sink's clogged up, right? And you come in and there's water all over the place, right? So most people want to mop up the water and but the sink's still running, man. So most people don't want to mess up, especially if you're coming from church. You got that outfit on, you got them shoes. You don't want to thread through that water to get back to the sink to cut it off, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So you go through the neighborhood, the water, the mess and stuff, and you go to the sink and cut it off, and then you unclog the sink, right? But then I go back to doing what I know to do, right? And the sink clogged up again. Now you getting mad at me for doing what I do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But this time you unclog the sink. So I drink, I smoke weed, and I do fentanyl, right? Now, the drinking is the cold water, the weed is the hot water, and the fentanyl is what's clogging the sink. You come back there, dread through that, and I appreciate that, right? And you unclog the sink. You support me and give me some leads and stuff on methadone or whatever to help me get off the fentanyl. Now the water's thrown through the pipes and stuff, but the cold and hot water is still on, the weed and the drinking. But my sink ain't clogged, man. It ain't spilling over and messing up my life and messing up my family life and messing up my job and stuff like it was.
Right.
But you're saying we'll turn the water off, which is the weed and the drinking. And I'm telling you, that wasn't a problem. Don't you see the water's flowing? But you want me to be traditional and stop everything. Abstinence, no substance at all. But that wasn't what was messing with me. That wasn't what's clogging up the sink. Right. I'm thanking you for unclogging my sink, but I need to turn this cold water on because I need to smoke me a little weed now and then. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes work is stressful, and like them old TV shows, I might need a martini or a beer or something.
Yeah,
but I'm still going.
Amen. No, that's real. That's real. And I think what the I know for me, I heard a lot of jewels for me. You know what I'm saying, that I'm a take, and I'm hoping the audience can do the same. But two things that's always gonna stand out to me with this conversation, and I'm gonna pray that this ain't our last conversation.
Not what you doing reentry, it ain't.
Nah,
Not unless you don't pick up.
nah. I picked up. I picks up, man. Nah, we locked in. We definitely locked in. You know what I'm saying? But I think those two great points, man. The first one to highlight is, you know, recovery. What recovery looks like to me isn't necessarily what recovery looks like to someone else, nor should especially a provider force that image or those goals onto someone. I think that's if that analogy, if the sink is unclogged, then we win it. You know what I'm saying? That's real. That's and I think that's uh, a huge misconception within recovery and within human services in general. So I'm very thankful that you pointed that out. And then the other point that you made, that when we talk about Elijah and we're not alone, right? Like me personally, sometimes I'll be feeling alone. It'd be overwhelming. You know what I mean? Feel like I'm doing a million things at once and everything's due yesterday, and you feel like you're not alone. But in reality, it's somebody not too far that look just like you that's going through the same thing. And when you recognize that, that empowers you because there's more people in on the same team, and we just got to bring the team together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's when I make it about me though.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Because I made it about me. God, I'm doing all the work. I'm the only one doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? God, like, hold up, bro. Wait, you that special? I get it. You're that special because I performed a few miracles through you. Now you think you all that because I took you off the streets, right, and gave you a nonprofit, right, and gave you buildings and stuff like that. It's all about you now.
Right.
It's all about you.
So that's the last thing it's about. Nah, that's real. So before we go, because we only got a few minutes left of this amazing podcast, I want to ask you, well, two-part question. My first part of the question is, what is a legacy that you want New Life to leave or to have? And then after that, if you could just share, what services New Life is offering and what's coming up in the future. But I really want to just focus on what's the legacy that that you and your wife would like would like New Life to have.
That we were that we wasn't a recording.
Mm.
That we wasn't a recording. We wasn't a duplicate. We wasn't. If you want to reach Pastor Dana, press 1. You want to reach Pastor Evelyn, press 2. If you want support with harm reduction, press 3. You know what I'm saying? We weren't none of that, man. We were there, yo. We were there.
Yeah.
We're human. You know what I'm saying? We're human, man. That's what I want. I don't want to ever lose that, man. I don't want to ever lose that, man. Because sometimes, man, you know, just think about how many times you called an office or something, man. Press 3, press 4, then we didn't get that. Could you repeat that? And then you get frustrated and hang up, man. Well, you know, at New Life, we're not saying we always gonna get it, but I could at least say we're there.
Right. Right. That's everything. Especially doing community work. That's everything.
Yeah.
That's
People
everything.
can tell, man, the fake, you know, the fake from the real, man. And because we've been through it, because we, you know, when they like they don't study counterfeit bills. They focus on the real bills So when a counterfeit do come, they can tell it's counterfeit because they know what the real is.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yes, sir.
And we know what it's like because we were there, man. So we just giving what we want, man. Just giving what we want. Somebody to be there, sometimes somebody to listen. Like we don't never tell you what you should do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you think, Pastor Dana? Well, what do you think? It's your life. I don't have to go this way or that way. You do.
Right.
I don't have to live with that decision. You do. What do you think?
No doubt.
Out of everything we talked about, every pamphlet we looked over, every phone call we made, all the conversation, what are you thinking now? Well, I don't know. I'm not clear. Then don't. If that was me, I wouldn't make a decision till I was clear.
Absolutely.
But you ain't gonna come back and say, Pastor Dana said this. No, you're not. Pastor Dana said I should stop treatment and stop taking my medication. No, he did. No, he did. No, he did. Didn't say that.
I told you financial literacy. That's one of the things I have my staff do is say we are not financial advisors. You ain't gonna say it. You said somebody here told you to invest your money in this and you lost your money. Oh no, you gotta make that decision yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Loud and clear.
I do know. Yeah. Because we have a funny way of hearing things.
Say it again.
We have a funny way of hearing things. Sometimes we hear what we want to hear, man.
That's the truth.
Yo, we was copying and pasting before computer. We take sentences we take stuff you say, and I put it together and say, well, Kevin, said, if I do this, then I take out the if. Kevin said I should do this.
What they call that? Telephone effect.
I don't know what they call it. We call it copy and pasting on the computer.
Yeah, that's how it be. That's definitely how it be.
Exactly. But what God used for me ain't gonna work for you.
Right.
Now the foundation is the same. It's Christ, but how you build is different. All I can do is tell you about the foundation, and I can tell you how He had us build.
But what they say, every house is a little different.
Every house has the main components, the doors, the foundation, the roof, the windows. But if I go inside, they ain't the same, man. Once you furnish it, that's totally different, man.
No doubt.
No doubt. The house is the same, 2 eyes, 2 ears, with most. But how you furnish it, what you do, that's totally different, man. This is not cookie cutter, one size fit all kind of thing, man.
Not at all.
So
one size does not fit all.
Nope. It could be 100 people here. We're not going to treat 100 people as 100 people. We're going to treat individuals as individuals till we get to that 100 person.
Right. That's the right way to do it. That's the right way to do it.
It's the only way to do it, because then I don't get frustrated thinking, all right, who want pizza? Right? That's easy because the majority wanted pizza. The majority, but what about the other ones that didn't?
Right. Otherwise, lactose or something.
Now they feel left out. But I served the majority, so we're getting some work done. We're making progress.
Yeah, that don't even sit right.
No, it don't. Not hearing it like that, huh?
Yeah, I don't even. And that's how.
Yeah.
But DLC don't mind.
Nope. A lot of agencies don't mind either, man.
You ain't lying.
Yeah, we don't like support, man. But you know what? We don't like support where Kevin wasn't moving nothing. He's on a breathing tube. Now we took the tube out, lowered the medication a little bit. Kevin was able to move a couple of fingers, man. And I figured with a few more dollars and a few more funding, we could get them toes to wiggle. But they always gonna keep you on that that life support in some kind of way because that's their funded.
Right. Right. Yeah.
It's only until the family members or you yourself come up with a what do you call that? Advanced directory. So now I'm telling you what I want done. So advanced directory, if I'm unconscious due to drugs, if I'm unconscious due to this or that, I'm telling you what I want done.
Yeah, that's it.
And you got to go by what I say, not what you think is best for me.
Right.
That's why you got a will too.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that we could put in place in our neighborhoods to let them know, like, yo, you think I'm unconscious because I use. You think I blacked out because I drink. And then maybe I did. But still, I'm still Dana Smith. I'm still a human being. And you're not going to treat me like anything just because you say you went to all this college or you did this and that. You know what's best for me when you don't even live there. You never been to a treatment program yourself except to visit one. You never been incarcerated. You never had to eat out of a garbage can. You never had to sell your body. You never had to choose between your kids and lights or this and that.
Right.
But survey says this is what should be done, and the textbook says this. No, I don't know what you got that textbook. Well, if you see something, say something, and call the police. Okay, so in my neighborhood, if I call the police, then are y'all going to relocate me?
Exactly.
Yeah, you never had to walk down one side of the street and get harassed because you ain't in that gang, and then you come home the other side of the street and get harassed because you ain't in that gang.
For sure.
But you're telling me my schoolwork is slacking. You ain't got the pressure I got coming to and from school. You ain't got the pressure I got being at home.
And those things are not, and again, when you don't have that lived experience or you don't have been exposed to those experiences, you know, you don't even think about it. Like you said, you don't even have the capacity to even think that's even happening because you don't have no reference point to understand that happens. You know what I mean? That's why it's so important. It's so important that organizations like yourselves, that we support them and we make sure that we stand with you and New Life, because that peer led model works and it's important. You know what I mean? It's very, very important. And again, we're big on lived experience ourselves, and we gotta make sure that these are the programs that we're endorsing and we're supporting, because as they say, the closest ones to the problem, the closest ones to the solution.
Yeah, we need to definitely support each other, man.
Have to. It don't work all the way. It don't.
We need to support each other and stop going at each other, man. That's that slave syndrome stuff. That's what we've been taught to do, man.
For sure.
But anything that was taught could be untaught, could be unlearned, man, to relearn some new ways.
That's right. 100%. All right, Pastor. We listen, we went over, you know what I'm saying? And we was talking before we even started. So I appreciate you giving me the extra time tonight, because we had 7:30. But thank you so much for coming on to the podcast and sharing. Can you just before we let us go, just let the audience know more about New Life, where they can find you, what services you offer?
So we're at New Life. We're at 3 locations, to be honest, in New Britain. Where our recovery center is at 117 West Main Street, and there you will find all kind of information about whatever's going on in New Britain. If they're doing any kind of services or anything like offering service in New Britain, then we have that information there, and we would gladly go over that information with you. We would gladly support you and assist you and go with you to these agencies to make sure that your voice is heard. We do trainings. We develop our own training and peer support. We call it integrated healer facilitator training. trainings on facts and myths of peer support. We're going to be rolling out intentional peer support training. We have harm reduction training. We do Narcan trainings. And then we have our recovery house, which is located in New Britain. It's a 2-family, 10-man recovery house. And then we proud to say that we opened up Connecticut's first peer-run respite house here in New Britain also. And that's a house where it's at no cost. You can stay up to 7 days. It's run by peers. People with lived experience are there to support you, not tell you what to do or how you do it. If you just feel like you're one of them Christmas globes that shook up and you need somewhere to settle, sit down so you could catch your breath or whatever, that's, the respite house is there for you. And, we just want to give that human back, bring that humanity back to us, man. Especially nowadays, now you got all this AI stuff coming, man. So we're losing touch with each other, and we want to keep that alive. So, and what we got coming up, we're going to be working with Kevin and a few other people. My thing right now, I really want to focus on reentry and how we could turn that around and have people like us, not just in leadership in reentry, but all the way around the board, man. Reentry, we want to start teaching about ownership, owning businesses, employing folks. We're just getting started in a lot of things, but we can't do it by ourselves. So, Kevin, I'm glad, God put us together, and hopefully, we can stay in touch, start building relationships and collaborating on some things, and meet some other folks too that are like-minded, have the same spirit and want to see, our neighborhoods flourish. Because one thing I want to say though is like, you always been taught once you get some money, move out of the hood. Why?
Right.
Why move over there and build that up when we could build up our own neighborhood, man? Black Wall Street was real.
Yeah, Tulsa.
Real. And you see what happened there, but they left a blueprint for us, man.
100%.
Black businesses, man. You know what I'm saying? Buy black, spend black. One more thing, and our money leaves our community in our hands faster than any other group.
Yes. And we're the biggest consumers in the country.
We spend more money in not on each other. You can have the same sneakers as Evelyn's or whoever else, and they say 125, 250. I slap my debit card quick. But when I come to you, oh, come on, Kevin, man. Can't get a discount, bro. Come on, man. Oh, now you forget where you came from, man.
Yep. That was all.
That's all right. But that's all right. Like I said, we were taught that.
Right.
We were taught that. Now we're going to unlearn that. We're going to support each other, man.
Yes, sir.
We're going to support each other. And it got to start somewhere. It's going to start with us. It's starting with us. Not done. It's starting already. So,
absolutely.
Thank you for having me up here. It's been an honor, really. And that hour flew by, man.
Bro, as when you said an hour, when I was saying that, I'm like, yeah, don't. In my mind, I'm like, you're gonna see. It always flies by.